the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning! Out of our Teen Sports listeners, I am your host, Erica Salda of the Creative Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara Teen Athlete. Woo! And all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. I am telling you, we're drying off just a wee bit. What'd he say? Dominique Hackett.
Good morning, Erica.
Yeah.
Tell me I didn't hit the mic off.
Mic's on. Mic on.
Mic on.
Mic on.
Good morning. Good morning.
I like the whole T side. We got T side. We got right side is T side.
Yes.
Left side's food.
I love it.
Fine. We go right side T side or left side T side. So we flipped a coin is what we did.
T and B's.
Yes, I like that.
T and B's.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
If anybody has, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Well, first of all,
New front yard.
Exactly, new front yard because, we're growing food, not grass. Put your hands together. We got Carolyn Givens, and she's not here today, all right? But she totally supports grow food, not grass, okay? Because we're all about loving it. I know, we got Dr. Tiffany in the house. She loves it, too.
I love it.
That's it. We love everything about it, right?
Yes, we always want to grow food for us and our pets. Don't forget our pets.
Talking about pets, you saved one on the way in today.
I
Oh,
know.
my God.
My goodness, that little bird was so lucky that the bird paramedics were nearby when we saw that woman tag that little bird in the road. We stopped immediately from the Heart Vet truck, stopped on the curb. 3 of us ran out like paramedics ran to get this 2.5-inch long little bird, and he was in shock. It looked like he had a little head trauma. Brought him back in. He looked like just a teenager, just wasn't looking about at the road, and brought him back in, gave him oxygen immediately, gave him warmth, gave him a lot of love, and gave him a little bit of corticosteroid, and it looks like he's starting to recover. We're going to check him out fully after he's out of shock. So, yes.
I just love that.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable. Of course you do that, but it's just like, really, I was watching you running. What's she doing? I thought you dropped your purse. I didn't know what you were doing. And I couldn't see from what I was doing. No, you're yelling at some lady. I'm like, what are you doing?
You can't see a patient that's smaller than the size of a washcloth.
I know. It was like awesome. And then you showed everybody pictures. I didn't know which. I'm dialed in now. Thank you. You're amazing. Oh my
so
God.
Lucky
How do we get a hold of you?
Well, we're from theheartvet.com. So that's from theheartvet.com. And you can also reach us at 805-350-1399. So if you have an emergency or a non-emergency in your pet, that's 805-350-1399, and we are the vet to your door. So
thank you.
Yeah,
and thank you so much for passing out our flyers. So get back to the Givens Farm. Basically what they are is they're I think I don't want to say, but I hope I'm right about this. I think they're the only organically certified. I'm not saying that right.
No. There's a couple of people in Santa Barbara.
Erica, sorry. Okay.
They're doing CSA programs where you're able to support the local farms.
Okay.
And get either a box of food that you pick up at a location or the box of food is delivered to your door.
They're organic.
Yes.
But they're not the only organic.
Correct.
Okay, good. Okay, but they are organic.
Yes.
Yes. That's what we get.
Yes.
We love them.
Yes.
We love all of our farmers.
Absolutely.
But the wonderful thing is what they're doing is that if you notify them, what they will do is if you take pictures of your yard before and after, so you take a picture of a lawn, and then you take a picture of you take out your yard, and then you grow food. You put in the food, right? They will give you a month or 4 weeks of free organic food delivered to your house.
Yeah, they're trying
to... Put your hands together. Now, just so happy we have Ava Burford in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And look, how good was that?
It was incredible. My family is so excited to get this box of just amazing. It was carrots, beets, lettuce. Oh my gosh, my dad started crying. He loves vegetables way too much. And we're just so excited. I was telling my dad about their whole mission, and he was like, we have these 2 little patches of lawn. He was like, we could put in strawberries or tomatoes or lettuce or beets. I don't know. Possibilities are endless. I'm just excited.
See, woo! Already, it's taking off.
Yeah, so the purpose is to do a drip irrigation where you're using less water than what you would use for a lawn.
Right.
Because now, as of January 1st, in Santa Barbara, we cannot personally water our grass. So we want to just support the grass that's getting watered in the parks, but in our own homes, if we can, we want to put in native landscapes, and we want to do things where we're supporting our environment. But at Teen Sports Radio, we like to support edible landscapes. So we joined up with John Givens Farm, and we're supporting everyone to grow food, not grass.
I love it.
Love
Woo!
it. Love the
We've got to spread the love. And of course, we've got Dr. Scott Noble. He's all over. He's giving everybody flyers at his office. He said, come aboard. He's probably gotten 100 people to do this. Dr. Scott Noble, put your hands together. Woo!
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm glad we're talking about some of the basics here and eating great food, getting it delivered to your door. How you doing there, Erica?
Oh, just wonderful.
Yeah?
Hey, see, look at this. Huh? Do I look healthy?
You're glowing. And yeah, it's
You
good.
always glow, Erica.
I look beat. No.
Like a beat. Did it? Well, it's nice to be back here for a second week in a row. It's been a little while before that, but things are hopping over at the center. We're getting the flyers out. We're keeping the healing and the good energy flowing.
So much. We've got a lot of healers in the house today.
Speaking of healing,
That's
yeah.
it. It's a healing. The whole hour is all about healing. Am I right? Who did you bring today?
So I brought a wonderful healer. I'm so excited. One of my first guests ever. This is Claudia Field. She is doing amazing things out there with helping doctors discover the benefits of something that really changes the face, and it's a cutting edge tool for medicine. And finally, the United States has gotten up to speed and said they're willing to let us work with it. So I'm going to give that mic over to Claudia.
But after the break, because you know why? Because we have another healer. We're going to do that right after the break. Because I know because we have the smushy sign. I know you're not looking at smushy sign, and I also have somebody in the because we have a look at her. You forgot we have another teen queen. I know, and she's got a cough, but it's okay. Here, let me give you a little pat before you cough.
Easy there.
I know.
The healers do that, Eric.
We got Laura Arcodia right here in the house, another teen queen. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing good, really good.
Did you do research?
Of course I did my research, but don't we keep it for the next segment because it's going to be long.
Researching.
So we're going to talk about. Well, I don't want to spoiler it. Okay, so we're going to talk about healing, like holistic medicine and everything, which might be very foreign to most of you guys because technically, it's one of the oldest ways to heal, and a lot of people don't know about it. So, I don't know how to explain it because I read it in German, so it's very complicated.
Oh my!
I made that mistake.
Give it a few words in German.
Do it. I like it.
In German? Okay.
We get subtitles?
Also wir werden über naturelle Medizin reden, die halt sehr, sehr alt ist und die sehr gut für den Körper ist, weil es nicht aggressiv ist, überhaupt nicht aggressiv. Und es sollte uns eigentlich helfen, dass wir wieder in eine Verbindung zwischen unserer Seele und unserem Körper finden.
Wow. Okay. Well, she's really
good.
impressed. Okay. It's about sound. I'm gonna just narrow it down a little. Okay. Because Dr. D really did give me the smushy sign. I'm really excited. All right. So we'll take a little break. Okay. We're gonna keep everybody. I mean, everybody's in suspense right now, but we got a huge show. It's all about healing. So stay tuned. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a lot after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. All right, we flipped a coin. Dr. Tiffany, your guest is up first. Woo! Here
Love
we go.
that coin. Welcome, Claudia Field.
Thank you so
Hands
much.
together, Claudia, thank you for showing up today.
It's so nice to be invited, especially when you're living in Los Angeles, because usually nobody wants you to come. So anyway, I'm really excited to be here. Tiffany and I just, we have always just worked together synergistically. We're just so passionate about holistic health. And so she knows I'm always into new technologies, and I'm a holistic lifestyle consultant. And I always just energetically pull certain energies in my space. And about 9 months ago, somebody walked into my office with a device that influences blood flow at the cellular level, microvascular level. And I have just had incredible results in it, Tiffany, including your cats. I think Mr. Leo was on it as well.
Leo won't let go.
And it's really just about, when we talk about holistic wellness, we're talking about just getting our bodies to go back into the natural circadian rhythms, the natural balance that they're meant to be in, non-invasively, non-pharmaceutically, and just with grace and ease. So it's an incredible tool, and I love using it.
Can you say a little more about the circadian rhythm? Because I try to explain that to kids, and it's like everyone is absolutely from a different planet when you try to explain, hey, there's a natural rhythm to our bodies.
Well, I think, and I'm by no means an expert in it, because this is an area that I just started going into, but this whole earthing principle about connecting with the earth and walking like barefoot on the grass, and how you feel when you do that. There's been evidence that mothers, when babies are crying in the house, if they actually go outside barefoot and walk in the grass, the babies calm down. So there are frequencies of the earth measured in microtesla, and our bodies just go out of balance for various reasons. I mean, we're under a lot of stress every day. The foods we eat, the water we're drinking, just everything.
So, Claudia, tell us more about what the device does to get you back to homeostasis, which is what I call it, like our natural state of being, where your body produces its own healing things. What does this do, and how is it being used?
So it comes from Germany. It's been around for 18 years, and it's a mat. It's a mat that emits a signal that pulses into the body. So a lot of people are familiar with PEMF devices, which is pulsed electromagnetic field. So we use those waveforms to carry this signal in the body. So we're just asking people, hey, lie down 8 minutes twice a day.
I do it longer.
Is that hard to do? No. And just see what happens, because, the body will heal itself if it's given the right tools. So this is about triggering the body's innate healing response.
And what kind of conditions are being helped with it?
We are not allowed to make any claims about disease conditions or any states, but what we can say is that when you enhance blood flow at that microvascular level, you're getting more oxygen and nutrients into your cells, you're getting more metabolic waste out, and then that's going to play out with you feeling more relaxed, less stressed, helping with sleep management, mental acuity. For people that work out, it's wonderful for performance, recovery, endurance. So
sounds amazing. Horses could benefit as well.
We do. We have. That's great that you said that. We just came out with a unit for horses, a large equine unit, and we're having incredible results.
Oh, so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd just like to chime in. There's a cool concept here. It's entrainment, and it's true in sound healing and also in any electromagnetic state where, basically there's a pattern that it sounds like this biomat emits, and our bodies naturally will fall into that pattern and rhythm. And there's a lot of different ways that this works. I mean, you can even get some of that when you go walking on the beach with the, more ions in the air and the sounds of the waves, and it just drops our nervous system into a whole different kind of pattern and motion.
That is a perfect statement about it. Exactly. It's just putting you back in those natural rhythms with the earth, whether you feel it when you're at the beach or walking in the grass. And so this mat emits this signal, and it's a specific mathematical equation. They cracked the code in Germany about 18 years ago. And again, they know a lot more than we do. And in other countries in Europe, it is considered physical vascular therapy. They can actually make claims about disease conditions. One day we will be able to hear, hopefully, but right now we're just an FDA Class 1 device, so we just stay on the safe side, and most people can draw the connection between improving circulation. A lot of inflammatory issues that do lead to disease conditions are linked to that, so obviously you want to take the body back into its natural balance.
What's the cost of a device like that? Because usually things that work on a very natural and very basic way that are not known tend to be very expensive at first. And this is like the first time that I heard about it, but at least here. My mom was like, oh, of course I know about this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.
Good. Well, we're learning about it here. The cost of this unit is just under $6,000. And I know that people go, God, that's, kind of expensive. And I get that. But it's much more expensive to be sick. It's much more expensive when you're doing an intervention rather than putting your body. We're asking people to take responsibility for their own health and think in terms of prevention and what they can do to stay on that track.
How would someone who is interested find out more about it?
They would contact me. So Claudia Field, my phone number is 310-995-9350. My email is Claudia, that's CLAUDIA.field, FIELD, at Bemermail, BEMERMAIL.com.
And it's effective for all ages, right? It doesn't matter how
all
old you are.
ages. We have people who are pregnant that use them. We have young children that are on them up to, elderly. I have 94-year-old clients, and it's been life-changing.
So are they born a lot smarter if you're pregnant and you use it?
I don't know, but I will have to look into that because we've had about 200 babies born off of using these devices. There are doctors in other states that are less litigious than California that do use it. Here, it's a personal decision, but we'll see.
Claudia, here's Ava Burford. I have a question. How long does the treatment last? How long does it take?
That's a great question. So it's an 8-minute therapy, though we do have 16-minute and 20-minute programs for localized applicators if you have certain discomfort areas. And the benefits of the signal, the blood flow, it lasts for 12 to 16 hours. So when you do 8 minutes twice a day, you're covered for the whole day. So
how frequent do you do that?
Every single day. The best usage is to have it for home use and use it every single day, twice a day, use it for your whole family. In clinical situations, we try to see people in our clinic 3 or 4 times a week. And if they can come in every day and fight the LA traffic, all the better.
Claudia, what was your initial reaction or first experience using this device?
It was profound. Being in your mid-40s, you start to notice things in your body not functioning the same way energetically. Your hormone levels are shifting. You're kind of going into, it's not sexy to say, but that perimenopause phase. Anybody recognize that? And you start to feel sluggish. And so I noticed a huge uptick in a couple of days of using it in my energy levels. And I noticed that I was sleeping through the night and not waking up. And then when it came to using it as I incorporated it into my daily life with working out, I noticed how quickly I recovered, how much faster I could get back in and kind of keep my gains. So as an athletic person, it was really great for me. So
that's awesome.
Thank you.
How long do you use it?
I use it for myself. I use it morning and night, 8 minutes in the morning, 8 minutes in the evening, and then when I have different issues.
With her cats.
Oh, yes. And actually, yes. So this is another thing. I have 3 cats, and I wish I could take a selfie of myself in the morning because animals are drawn to these natural rhythms, and they jump on the mat with me. So one is on my head, one is on my stomach, one is on my legs, and if I could just capture a photo of it, they love it. They love it, and I can't say enough about it. It's great. It's fun for the whole family, the furry family.
That's perfect.
Does your whole family use it?
Well, I am not married. I don't have kids, but my boyfriend, and he actually has his own because I want to keep peace in the house. And there is a sleep program, so after you get used to the signal in your body, you're able to sleep on it in your 7th week on. And for the sake of peace and not arguing, we each have our own. So it's very cute because we plug in our sleep programs, and then the cats start pushing us off in the middle of the night so that they can be on there, and he loves it. It's been great for him. Thanks.
Just lay where the cat is. That's healthy for sure.
It is. There's nothing like the purring. It makes you just so beautifully calm.
Okay, so do you lay this on top of your bed, or is it you keep it on your bed?
You do. You can put it on your bed. You can put it on your lounge chair. Some people have zero gravity chairs. It really is so portable. It can go anywhere. And then it has a control box unit that you just set up next to it. And everything is run through these connector cords. And it's really simple and easy to use.
So okay, I plug it in. Do I know it's plugged in? Does it make a sound?
Yes, it does. It beeps so that you turn it on. It takes about 30 seconds to power up. And when you program it, you hear it start and beep for the 8 minutes, and then it beeps at the end of the 8 minutes because a lot of people, especially my clients, fall asleep on it, and I don't have the heart to wake them up sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But I have to because the next person's waiting.
Sounds like we need a napping house.
Yeah, I know, huh? I've never. Have you ever heard about?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I have it in the car, so afterwards, if you want, I can actually
Dominique
do it in the
lay on
lounge.
it.
So
She's
you guys
very
can come in and enjoy it afterwards.
So you'll be giving demos? That's
Absolutely. I'm happy to give anybody a demo who would like it afterwards in the lounge.
Interesting.
I feel like I wouldn't be a good test person because I could literally fall asleep standing. I'm just like, yeah, I have no sleep issues. Eric and Dominique know very well.
Well, what I'm interested in is how long has the technology been around, and then also what brought it to the United States? Because we know people who are reading up on health and stuff, Europe seems to be way ahead of us.
You're right. It's absolutely way ahead. So 18 years ago, developed in Germany through the Institute of Microcirculation in Berlin, Germany, through a Dr. Rainer Klopp, who's a renowned expert in microcirculation in Germany. And the technology was brought to the U.S. about 8 years ago, but primarily it's been in just the hands of practitioners, holistic practitioners, so they weren't really out there marketing. Now we do have people who are out there as sales reps talking about the product. I've brought it into a number of doctors' offices in Los Angeles. I'm working with one of the top interventional cardiologists there, and we actually opened a Bemer clinic to be able to use this physical vascular therapy with his patients consistently. And it's been wonderful. So now I'm hoping that soon it will be a household name and that more people can just have access to it and be educated on it.
So would this, I would ask Dr. Noble, so would this be something that you would incorporate? Do you see this would be incorporated like with chiropractic care? I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, I think the key point here is blood circulation. It's everybody needs that, and it's probably not going to be better for one modality versus another per se, but I think it could complement just about anything because, that's how we get the transport of oxygen to our cells. It's how we get the metabolic waste products out, and with better blood circulation, it just leads to health.
A lot of times I've been on those tables before I'd go get a treatment with other practitioners, and those little tables that go, that go up and down, whatever they close those little tables. You know what I'm talking about? Those little...
The roller massage tables? Yeah.
So, you do that first, and then you be on that thing, that for 8 minutes, because, you do the whole thing, and then, no?
Well,
just saying.
Technically, I think those tables would probably increase your blood flow a bit too, but I doubt it would be as effective. And that's more based on soft tissue and kind of milking the tissue.
Yeah, you just go table to room, no? I feel like I'm on
a spa is born.
Exactly, I love it. But that's exactly what you said. You hit upon the point. It's a great adjunct to what chiropractors, acupuncturists are already doing. It's another tool for them. It's another modality to get in and trigger the innate healing responses. And I actually do have it in a chiropractor's office up here in Santa Barbara, and they're having great results with their patients.
Well, I love that you're using the word innate because the chiropractic profession really kind of brought that term to holistic health with innate intelligence. It's that life force that's in us that organizes everything, and it works for our best interest. Even if we're trying with all of our behavior to do the opposite, it still works to the best interest of maintaining homeostasis and keeping the organism working.
So is the only way to get one is to buy it? There's no renting or anything? I'm just asking.
No, there's no more leasing, so it's either purchase or finding somebody who does sessions.
Craigslist. Just saying.
But you guys have payment plans.
We do. We have financing, outside financing.
Cool.
So a lot of people, that's what they do to make it affordable. And really, if you're looking at most people have had these devices 15, 17 years, the earlier version. So if you're looking at $6,000 over a 10-year period and you're looking at $600 a year, that's less than a Starbucks every day. I think most of us are guilty. I know I am of at least one or two a day.
Clear out your Starbucks.
Exactly, and it'll help flush out the metabolic waste that all that acidity creates. So we find ways to work with people, whether they want sessions, and try and just connect them in their area.
Okay, last question, because there's always knockoffs. So the name of yours, and there's no other competing brand. You're the only one, just to make sure?
Well, there are always going to be other devices.
I shouldn't say knockoffs.
Yeah, there are other devices, but they don't do. We are the only one that has this unique signal that pulses at this microvascular level. We're the only ones that can influence blood flow uniquely, and because of that, NASA actually partnered with our company and is putting the technology in their space suits because they couldn't figure out a better way to influence blood flow than what our company had. So I think that speaks to, I don't really look at the others as competition. competition. They're just different uses for
Nice.
people.
Claudia Field, put your hands together. Woo!
Thank
One more
you.
time. How do we get a hold of you?
310-995-9350, or you can email me at claudia.field@bemermail.com.
Thank you so much. We've got a lot of commercials. Stay tuned for more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Laura Arcodia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very, very well. And I'm going to introduce our sound healing expert, Ava Burford. She is from Germany. That's why I had to say the name. So, when did you start to get into sound healing?
It's about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. I was introduced to it by my sister-in-law. She found an institute in Germany. It's called the Peter Hess Institute. And they're doing this since about 20 years. Mm-hmm. So this is a person who traveled to Nepal. And whenever he was sitting in the temples and listening to the sound and the vibration to the temple bells and the bowls, the singing bowls, so these are metal, brass singing bowls, he felt very comfortable. He felt relaxed. And so he's a scientist also. So he came back to Germany and said, I really want to explore and find out what it does to me. And meanwhile, he has an institute. They're offering at least 15 classes a month, like seminars and workshops. And then he also has a manufactory in Nepal. I think one of his sons married a Nepalese woman, and they are caring for the manufacturing of those high-quality Tibetan bowls, also Nepalese bowls. So they're made out of at least 7 different metals. They look, when you see them here, they look like a brass bowl, and I can let it ring. So they have different sizes, and then they did research on that, but he found out when you place them on the body, the bowls, that they don't respond to every part of the body. Actually, this one I'm holding here right now, this is called a universal bowl. This has the property to affect all parts of your body, even your bones. But then I have different sizes of bowls, one more for the belly, which are the larger bowls. And then I also have a heart bowl, which is smaller, higher in tone. So they did measure that, the frequencies, how they resonate with the body, and therefore their names, pelvic bowl, heart bowl, throat bowl. And then I also brought a tincture, which makes very high-pitched sounds. So when I use this during the sound healing, the client really goes into deep relaxation because this affects directly the brain waves. And I can talk about this a little bit more, how the brain is affected.
On the body bowls, what is let's say you use the one for the stomach or the one for the heart. Is someone with a condition going to use it to normalize that, or how are they using it?
So I never go to the point of pain or discomfort. I always go to the point of to the healthy parts of the body.
Okay.
Because healthy promotes throughout, and then if there is a problem in the body, it will just take over and also treat the not so healthy part.
So it resonates with the healthy part of the body. Correct. Is what you do. Okay.
So I would never place a bowl on somebody who has lower back pain. I would never do that.
You mean you wouldn't put a bone bowl on or something?
No, not even the proper bowl for back. I would not put directly on the pain, on the place of pain in the body, on the body.
This is a really interesting bit of, I think, kind of the future of healing perspective. Like our philosophy is changing it. We used to more or less pounce on wherever the painful place is, thinking that we need to rub it out or, just we got to bring more energy into it. But
Eric is zapping it out.
a lot of pain is really energy that's stuck in the system. It's unresolved. It's being confined in a particular pocket in the body. And if we load more energy into that, we're actually potentially making it worse. But in what I do as well, this same concept, we call it going to the areas of rapport. And there's a great metaphor that kind of dawned on me one day. If, say, we were going to a third world country and we had lots of resources and new ideas of how they might do things, and all good intentions. Now, if we go into that village and we try to just impose that upon the whole village who's having trouble, it's going to be pretty hard for them to just adapt to this outside force. But if we pause, have a little respect for the natural rhythms of that village, and find somebody who's really functional in there, who's working with their community already, and then we say, hey, we've got some great ideas. And that person then can inform in a more appropriate way to their people what those ideas are, and then you end up getting a better effect. So similarly, if we go to the areas of rapport where they're working, we tend to get much better effects than if we just load the areas that aren't working. So
let's all just chew on that during the break. How's that? That's not good. That was deep. That was really deep.
We're all in rapport.
I know. We're all like
with that little bell, and then
I know that one. First of all, I didn't get it. Okay, so I'm going to have Dominique explain what you just said to me.
Nonviolent communication is what it is.
Okay, that's not okay. Well, everybody got it but me. Okay,
I didn't get it either.
You didn't get it. Okay, I'm just looking at this Merry and Bright Holiday Blend tincture. Okay, that's on the table here. That's where I'm going to be focusing.
Orange, cinnamon, lemon.
Oh, thank you. So nice. It's so nice to have scented oils on the table. That's what we do here at Teen Sports Radio. We're going to be sniffing away as we listen to our commercials. Let's do that. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Laura, do you remember where we're at? Okay.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and teensportsradio.com.
Fantastic. All right, Ava, what question do you have for us today?
Okay, so while I was listening to you, it seems like you've been doing this. Actually, I read you have been doing this for a long time. And I was wondering, through your different various bowls for the heart and the stomach, have you gone to Nepal or other places that use this sound technique to heal?
I have not been in Nepal, but I have traveled to India.
Oh.
And I was really disappointed. So I go to the shops and they have maybe 200 singing bowls sitting there, and I start bang. They make just very bad sounds. So I didn't buy any.
Oh, no.
No.
That's like going to Ireland and you can't find a harp.
So the ones Peter Hess produces, and they ship them from Nepal to Germany. From there, they test them for therapeutic quality. So every bowl is listened to, and then they get this brand, this
what is
label.
The brand?
So it's a really therapeutic bowl. You can place it on the body. The ones they sort out, which are not, they use for dishes. Still
healthier.
Salad.
What is the company that is making the quality bowls?
Peter Hess Institute in Germany.
In Germany, yeah. There's something coming out more and more, if you look on some of the alternative medicine sites, that has to do with geometry, the geometry of our cells, the
Sacred
mathematics.
Geometry?
Yeah, the mathematics of how the body is absorbing nutrients, how sound is affecting it. And then it's all actually very mathematical. And I think that we're going to develop more and more sensitive instruments to show us how all these old healing therapies have been healing our bodies for thousands of years. We just haven't had the instrument subtle enough to understand how the healing was occurring.
And I particularly use the bowls or the tincture. Sometimes I use a rain stick. Lately we have rain in Santa Barbara, so we're fine. But others, like a voice, can also induce sound healing, or a drum or a flute. So there are so many ways. This is my specific area I'm using. Sometimes I also play a flute, a Native American flute, especially with elderlies. They seem to like that a lot because it's very soothing, not a lot of different tones. So,
how would like a typical session go, or is there a thing as a typical session? Is everyone unique?
So if somebody is new to the bowls, I would introduce them by letting them play with them. So placing them on the hand, feel them on the hand, and children are really, getting into it. They want to hear it, they want to feel it. They go with their lips onto the bowls. They want to place it on the body. And so this is the way I introduce them. And when a person has his first sound session, I gently place them on the body. So I touch them first gently so they know there's going to be a bowl sitting there. And so it won't take long, maybe 15 minutes, the first session, because the body has to get used to the sound and the vibration.
Okay.
So what I read about it was more of a spiritual approach to the whole thing, because it was more like enhancing how from what I understood, it was like a mind-body connection to it. And do you feel like that is also a key element compared to like the medical aspect of it, like more of a spiritual and
so the
philosophical
body, this is what I just explained, feeling the vibration. What I also do before I even start a session, I go into the health aura, which is about 10 inches above the body. So I open the energetic field of the person so the sound is perceived much better. And then I haven't talked about the brain component.
Yeah.
So the different waves. You want me to explain that?
Yeah, that was what I had a hard time translating.
We are very alert right now, and I'm kind of nervous. So my brain is probably a lot in the beta waves, in the beta rhythm and alpha rhythms. When somebody lies down and they get kind of in a relaxed state, those waves come down. And then it transitions, hopefully. I know after 10 minutes, usually my clients, you think they fell asleep. Not everybody falls asleep. It's fine if they fall asleep. But then I know, okay, relaxation set in. And then the brain shifted into a theta wave. And theta rhythm, like a complete theta rhythm, you have when somebody's in deep meditation. And then you have also, you have more rhythms. I only want to mention the delta rhythm, which is when the hemispheres of the brain synchronize. They're more symmetrically. This also induces meditation or deep relaxation. So those 4 rhythms I want to mention.
Yeah, now that you mentioned meditation, I remember I used to meditate with a friend of mine, and she would have, it was a smaller bowl, and like I told you earlier, she would use a stick that she would keep on like swirling around the bowl to like start the meditation and then end it too. So I can see the component of the relaxation.
And this is Claudia. I have a question. I came from this wonderful integrative conference in San Diego, and they had all these different glass bowls. Now, the bowl I have at home is like yours, but it's small. My mother had given it to me, and I love it. And I have the bells as well. What's the difference really between the glass bowls and this bowl? Is there anything in terms of frequency, how it affects the body?
So each bowl has its own frequency. This frequency is probably about 300 to 500 hertz.
Wow, powerful.
Then the larger bowls have up to 1,000 hertz. And the crystal bowls, you're probably talking about.
Yes, the crystal bowl.
So the big difference is the crystal bowls, they ring with one frequency. But the difference between the bowls and why you could never place a crystal bowl on the body is those bowls generate overtones. And actually the overtones induce the healing. So they are really important for the healing. So I don't know whether we can hear this, but when I ring this bowl, so you have a deep sound, right? But then you also have these higher tones, and these are actually the overtones. And there's physics to how an overtone is generated, but and those tones, these overtones, the body resonates deeply, and this induces the relaxation.
See, even when you just did that, did anybody else feel like it starts in one area? Like I felt in my second chakra, and then it started just moving up as the overtones.
I don't know if I can identify where, but it went straight to my head. But may I ask one question? Simply that you mentioned with the healing processes that you might place a bowl and then place a bowl that has a higher vibration to draw the sound. Does the bowl with a higher vibration have a resonance with one of the overtones, or how does that draw the sound?
It's just the sound goes to the higher tones.
It just goes to it. Okay, gotcha.
Kind of like an orchestra.
Okay.
Going back to what Laura said earlier, I was informed that you're also a certified yoga instructor, and that's awesome. You seem very talented. You are very talented. Have you ever done sessions that integrates both the bowls and yoga? Mm-hmm. Do you like those?
Last year in during summertime, I went to Germany to do a week of yoga with a yoga master there. He's a Swiss guy. And a woman, she did the singing bowls.
Oh, wow.
And so they combined, and this was fabulous. So a week with beautiful. We had great weather in Germany, good food, and it was very, very beautiful.
Big smile on you.
So you can memories. You can definitely combine yoga with the singing bowls.
Oh, we're going to get all about that at break, okay? Look at this. And Laura's like, oh, I want to go to that. Hey, we're going to take a short little break right now. We got a lot more. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be with you after these messages. We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. All right, I know you have this amazing question. Ava, what's your question?
Thank you. This question is very profound.
Okay.
So have you ever done singing bowl sessions with children or people with ADD or other things going on, and how has that helped them?
I actually have not, and I would love to do that. I talked to Erica about that. So I'm also doing elderly care. So I do a lot of work with people with dementia, Alzheimer, and Parkinson. And they are mostly already not communicating with the outside world. But when I place a bowl in their hand, they suddenly feel to wake, like they seem to wake up and kind of have some communication with the environment.
Oh, wow.
Which is very beautiful. So when you talk about ADD, ADHD, this is rather the opposite, right? These are hyperactive, mostly children, young adolescents.
Some adults.
And so what I mentioned earlier, you can measure with a EEG, like a electroencephalogram, which is like you measure the brain. You know that? You measure the brain waves. So they show some subtypes, they have high beta waves, others have high alpha waves. So they are, and because their brain is so busy, they cannot pay attention to, like other kids, reading and writing and being on track in school because of that. So you can really measure that. They have like a hyperactivity in the brain.
So, for example, something that I do a lot is I space out. And I was wondering if that ever happens with your patients, where it's not really like, would relaxation and spacing out be the same thing? Because I always get it like you're not really relaxed, you're just not there. And like if you feel like there's sometimes people that just have a really, really hard time relaxing, and you have to put like extra time into that.
So would you say you're relaxed when you space out?
I don't really feel like I'm relaxed when I space out. I just I kind of like.
Would you say you've left your body a little bit? Your
but I'm still thinking. Like I'm still like in my head. There's worlds that are happening. So it's not relaxing where I would say I calm down and everything is calming. It's just like very active in my brain.
So this definitely could help because you cannot space out. You are in your body. and your brain relaxes.
Okay.
And what would also be good for you is to do mindfulness meditation.
Yeah.
Because you focus on the breath and you always bring yourself back to the moment. The very moment is most important.
Can it ever happen that for some people it feels frustrating at first? Because that's how I felt the few times that I've meditated, because it's so hard for me, because I've easily...
That's why mindfulness meditation is so good, because you don't just sit there and close your eyes and try to be still.
Mm-hmm.
You take everyday life. When I did the meditation, my teacher told me, so every hour... You maybe set a clock or something, or okay, now an hour has passed. You take just 3 deep breaths. This is all what you do. This is mindfulness meditation, because you're in this very moment breathing 3 times deeply. That's it.
Oh, wow. I believe in the breath thing, because I started doing hot yoga. And I know during the session, we often have these moments where everybody inhales together and then we all breathe out really hard. And I can't really explain the feeling, but it feels like all the dirt kind of comes out of your body. So I'm going to try that. I'm definitely
But definitely with the sound, you can support that.
Okay.
How do we get a hold of you?
My number is, I'm here in Santa Barbara. My number is 805-705-7100. Easy to remember. 805-705-7100.
Claudia, how do we get a hold of you?
310-995-9350, and then claudia.field@bemermail.com, and my website is ghpgeorgeharrypaul.bemergroup.com.
All right, Carolyn, something's good organic. You know how much we love you. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We love Santa Barbara.